Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle and I'm here to do a reading for Scorpio, wherever you might have that in your chart, and everyone has it somewhere. So this could be for you. That's my intention. And my readings are timeless. So whenever you catch this is the right time for you. I am going to be pulling some cards from Wisdom of the Oracle. On camera. So I think I know these well enough now that I think I'm doing fairly well. I've been doing fairly well with the other signs. So we will see what we see and then dive in and clarify with some other decks. So yeah, what do we have going on for Scorpio? Generally speaking, this is a general reading. You have breathe. Breathing is good. Yes, taking the time to step back, to smell the flowers, to meditate, to just take things back just a notch. I just saw 111. Yeah, this is a big thing for you. You get busy. And when you get busy, you can get really emotional sometimes. And this is saying like you got to give yourself a break, little emotional break. Flexible, all about being flexible, being adaptable, being like the tree that is very firmly rooted where it is, but that big storm comes along and is able to sway with it. It doesn't come crumbling down like some kind of like rigid building or something. Knowing exactly who you are and what you want, but also be willing to take in other different kinds of information, things you hadn't considered, other people's perspectives, opinions, ideas, and knowing that's what helps you grow. And not for you. Well, okay. Something, it's very, very clear to you that you are meant to walk away from something. And this must be why we have breathe and flexible. Because sometimes we can want something so badly, someone, and we finally get to that understanding where we're like, this just isn't working. I'm just not happy. Something here isn't right. And so it's learning to be flexible in that understanding, to not hang on. You may have already hung on to something long past its expiration date, but now you're just like, okay, it's time to breathe, time to medicate. Maybe it's time to medicate as well. Time to meditate, relax, step back, work with this. You may need to change things up in your life. Whatever this walking away is, whatever this means to you, it's not for you, but to make a change, to walk away from something can often be a pretty big deal. So let's go to the good tarot. Get some clarifiers with this deck. You've got the King of Earth. Now I could be wrong. I don't remember exactly, but I think Libra got this yesterday. You could be on the cusp or have Libra in your chart. Might want to check that as well. But ultimately, King of Earth, the King of Earth is very grounded, very solid. He's reliable, and he knows what he wants, and he's willing to put in the effort to get there. This could be, well, let's keep going. This could be kind of what you're embodying, this energy of just like, particularly if you're walking away from something, you kind of need to be in this place of just like, I don't know, letting go. 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 Let You know what's right for you, and you stand very firmly in that. And the messenger of earth. Huh. Yeah, I feel like you are acting with a lot of integrity. Um, both of these cards really um, basically emphasize hard work. I don't like the word or the term hard work because, it sounds like, you're like out digging ditches or something, which I don't know, maybe you are. But it's more like being willing to put in the effort that is required to go the distance to get what you want. Understanding that there's no quick fix, that immediate gratification is not where you get your fulfillment from. Your fulfillment comes from taking those steps and putting in the elbow grease, whatever that means for you. Um, and and being willing to do it, and happy to do it. Being very dedicated and devoted to your goal of, if you're walking away from something, that means you're walking towards something else, right? We're always walking somewhere. So if you're walking away, that door is closed. You've got doors potentially in front of you that if they're not open yet, they will be. And you're like, and you're going to try the doors until the right one opens for you. And it will. Yeah. The Eight of Air is all about releasing yourself from denial and gaining the clarity. She's up above looking down, sees the bigger picture, and having the ability, with the wings, having the ability to fly away, um, to again, this character is kind of up in the clouds also, and that's where you're gaining your clarity from. That's where you're finally realizing maybe how in denial you've been, and you're like, oh. Oh, I see clearly now. Oh, I see clearly now. Yeah, been stuck. Oh, and it's so interesting. I I never really noticed this before. Um, for being detail oriented, I miss a lot of details. This card, there's this fortune cookie is on a chessboard. So there's been some kind of strategizing. Maybe you've been in some kind of chess match with something where you're trying to one up each other. Somebody's trying to win ultimately. And I feel like you're kind of at this place where you're like, I'm not even willing to play anymore because all the pieces are lined up and the cookie's right in the middle saying nope. And you're like, this is where your clarity is coming from because you're just like, okay. How about we go and we play like sorry? That's a funner game. Or whatever. Actually, great game since we're talking about games here. The forbidden games, Forbidden Island. I think there's Forbidden Desert, Forbidden Sky, or Forbidden Space. Anyway, these are great games because they're collaborative. You're working with the people that you're playing with to so that everyone can win. That's what you want. That's the kind of game you want to play now. So I'm going to look at the the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle. You've got the Queen on top of the King. I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure I got both of these for Libra yesterday. But the Queen on top of the King, yeah, it makes me feel like you are coming into balance. You're taking these different energies that you have, this very masculine, kind of more dominant force, that's all about this very action oriented, and you're balancing it with this feminine energy, which is all about receptivity and allowing, being very flexible. And it's about, in this card, being fertile, feminine power, friendship, sexuality, which is what you rule. Um, and you're kind of coming into balance within yourself through this, whatever you're doing. Um, meditating, praying, um, communing with nature, whatever you're doing. Um, it's kind of helping to recharge you and your batteries. And then perception. Yeah, you're changing your perception of things. You're clear now that you need to, or you're becoming clear. Your perception is changing somehow, whether you're actually trying to or not. You're kind of stepping back from the game, and you're seeing the different picture, or the bigger picture, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. It's about being flexible. Excuse me. And then death. Dun, dun, dun. Death, which is actually it is not something to fear. Death leads to birth. Everything needs to die except for energy. Energy just changes form. But ultimately, that's what's happening, is you are letting something die, something that maybe you'd been trying to keep alive for a long time, and it was all hooked up to, life support systems, and like you put everything you had into it, and it did not serve you. It was not working out. That thing needed to go a long time ago. And finally you see this and you're like, okay. And I love the image on this card. It's so peaceful. It's that, just the water coming up, and and there's a sun carved, the image of a sun carved into the rock. And this is like I can't think of the word right now, but it's kind of heralding in this new beginning, where you're going to feel warm and happy and alive again, or you're going to encounter a new situation where the sun is shining. And anyway, it's, once again, nothing to be feared. And I do not think I don't know, if anyone's okay with death, it's Scorpio. So, by the way, in the tarot, the death card is a Scorpio card. So even though that was an oracle deck, it's still your card. It's still you showing up in your reading, just like, you got this. You got this. Once a Scorpio, I keep saying a Scorpio, anyone with a lot of Scorpio in their chart, once they reach a point where they're done, they're done. Like, I'm walking away and I am not looking back. Scorpios are loyal to a fault and will stay for a long time. But once they come to the end of their rope, they're not picking up another rope. It's pretty rare. Okay, so I'm going to look at my new deck, which I'm really excited about. It's kind of perfect for Scorpio, but it's the Guardian Tarot. And the images on here are, some would call creepy. I find them really cool. So let's see. What do you got? Page of Pentacles. Aw, that's a really sweet image. Let me um let me pick 3 cards and then well, actually no, I'm just going to read from the book now. Cuz these cards are a little bit different than traditional tarot. So I want to see what it says. Page of Pentacles. When this card appears, you find yourself in a fortunate moment. You are right where you need to be, and all things will work out on their own with very little worry from you. Take a moment and enjoy everything around you. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. And pages are all about new beginnings and um are often about communication, and you're exactly where you need to be. Um you're coming into balance. So nice. And you know this. That's what I love about this. And then the 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is a very sweet card. The butterfly, there's transformation. The 2 of Cups is often about harmonious partnership, emotional connection with another. Let me find that. As this card appears, it indicates that there may be things that need to be addressed. Be open about your concerns. As simple as they may sound, they can build into bigger issues by leaving them unresolved. Interesting. Maybe this is where you're at now, where where you're coming to. Your perception is changing, and you're starting to see that things are, there's a disturbance in the force. Things are not quite right. And you're speaking your truth. I suspect this is what's leading you to walk away, because the answer you're getting is not what you were hoping for, or what maybe even what you knew. You knew you would get this answer, and you're just like, all right, I'm done. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Yeah, you speak your truth, and someone's like, I don't know what stab you in the back. They're just like, no, Scorpio, I disagree, and now I'm going to turn on you. Ah. This card acknowledges that there are times when we need to only share a small part of ourselves with others. Isn't that interesting? However, when one becomes a different person to everyone, we become a fragmented soul. However, when one becomes a different person to everyone, we become a fragmented soul. Time to bring those parts together and become one. Huh. That is written very strangely. Um, I'm kind of getting that you, to a certain point, you've been holding back. Scorpio's really good at this. You kind of just you wait. You're kind of good at wait and see, and let people like prove themselves, and if they may or if they might dig their own graves, basically, and you just yeah, you're so awesome at that, and I feel like when one becomes a different person to everyone. Okay. Okay, so I think this is speaking to the fact that you have not fully shown up. You've been holding yourself back. You've been trying to be that chameleon to different people, and it has left you feeling fragmented. And you've lost a part of yourself, or maybe better to say not lost, you've forgotten a part of yourself, and now you're finally you're speaking your truth. You're bringing this part back online, and you're like, this is where I'm at, and I'm standing very firmly and powerfully in that. And you are allowing very firmly and powerfully in who you are, and knowing that it's time to walk away. It's time to be done. Wow. That's so powerful. So perfect for you. Seriously. I'm going to look at the Dreaming Way tarot. You get the High Priestess. Yeah. This is you tapping into your intuition, which is usually on point. You are very good at listening to your intuition. And the High Priestess doesn't really speak much about what she knows. So I feel like you're speaking your truth, but you're very clear and concise, and you don't go on with a bunch of like frilly, roundabout things. You're just like, this is that, here I am, boom, I'm done. And you're doing it because you're listening to yourself. You're listening to your inner knowing, your inner voice. That is your direct line to your higher power. And you get the Four of Pentacles, which to me speaks of um, kind of rallying in a way. Like for example, if you're walking away from a relationship, you're like, okay, I'm taking what I have and I'm holding on very tightly to that. It's like your resources, hanging on to your resources. Because you might need them. You're taking what's yours and walking away. Of course, you're going to need them. Yeah, Eight of Cups. Taking what's yours and walking away. Oh my God. Yeah, there's your exclamation point. Just saw 2222. Scorpio, you're walking away. Very decisively. You know what's right for you. God, I mean, this is whew. This is a very clear reading. I love when readings are like this. It's just like, okay, there's no guessing here. Let's go with the Water Crystal Oracle. Very appropriate for you. So first we've got, this is a power card. This is Spirit. This is what you're tuning into, connecting to Spirit, whatever that means to you. We'll call it your higher power. Ooh, I got two. Okay. You have another power card, Honesty. Yeah, you're speaking your truth very clearly, very decisively. You're not mincing words. And this is not honesty just to be mean. This is you standing in your power and speaking your truth, which is, this isn't working for me anymore. I'm walking away. And wow, another power card. This is Hope. Just like I said, that walking away means that you're walking towards something. You have hope. Hope for the future, hope for what's to come. You understand that there's something so much better for you. And you've got your head up and your walking stick looking at this here, and you're just like, yep. Going towards your destiny. Wow, there's power, so much power here. So perfect. Reading for Scorpios is fun. Hey, Redbeard. Yes, walking does imply moving, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to finish off with a rune card. This one. Oh boy. Ooh. Okay. I haven't chosen this one before. This is we'll find out how to say it. Nothies. There are there's a ship in the background. There's a bunch of people with life vests on in a raft, and then right in front of them are two more people with their family, and the one guy has his hand over his face. Oh my god. Something this is I don't know what's happening with that ship in the background. I mean, it seems perfectly fine, but who knows? Maybe it's sinking. Someone's really sad about something sinking. Maybe this is who you're walking away from. Sailing away from? I mean, I don't know. The family. The family's together, but they're not facing one another. Maybe you're kind of like, yeah, maybe, whatever you're dealing with, you're like, this is over. When we get to dry land, I'm taking the child and going my own direction. Who knows? All right, let's see. Let's find out what it says in the book. Pronunciation, Nauthies. Nauthies. The meaning is necessary and need. The appearance of this rune suggests that someone or something is currently not meeting your needs or is hindering your chances of fulfillment. Wow, that's right. Um, the rune is associated with the ancient Nordic need fire, a sacred fire that ancient tribes would light during times of hardship, such as poverty, war, disease, or famine. It is possible that you are having a tough time materially or emotionally. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it makes me think of the Four of Pentacles here. Um, you may feel depleted and frustrated and unable to move forward because of these limitations. But it is during times of challenge and hardship that we can learn and grow the most. The card is urging you to stay patient and not allow self pity or bitterness to get the better of you. Um, there may be delays, but the hard times will pass and there is light ahead. Indeed, sometimes challenges and hardships are absolutely the best way to strengthen our resolve and help us focus on what truly matters in our lives. Yeah. Sometimes, I would say most times, challenges and hardships are the best way to strengthen our resolve. We discover how strong we are. Um, the hard times will pass. The hard times will pass and the light will shine again with that sun here. Hmm. And there's so much power here. There's you know what you need to do, and with this clarity, you're just like building yourself up, um, and being that awesome, formidable Scorpio that you are. So, well done. And if you're not there yet, keep going. Just keep listening, keep following that knowing, um, and you're going to get where you need to go. And it will be amazing and beautiful and happy and all the things. So there it is. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you well on this journey. My rising is Scorpio, so I'm on this journey with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share.